Hey guys, and how's it going? Maniac Mower here. No, this is not a video on the patio. This technically is, but it's not. Recently, I started doing a series on the John Deere garden tractors. I made videos on the round fender and the 68. A lot of you guys really seem to be interested in this series, and it really surprises me how many people are actually watching it. I started out with the round fender, and then I moved on to the 68. I actually made the videos one after another, so if I missed something, I would end up adding it into the next video. If I missed something on the 68, I'd go around and I'd look for stuff to add. When I was making the videos, I was telling you guys about stuff I knew about them. That I knew mostly pretty much everything when it came to the square fenders and the round fenders, but because I've worked on so many square fenders, and I've parted them out and I've restored them. Not quite restored them, but restored them. So, I mean, I've had them far apart pretty much, where I know mostly everything about them. I could probably put one together without even seeing it back when it was put together. Anyway, so I made videos. I started out with the round fender, and then I moved up to the 68. A lot of you guys really seem to like that series. I kind of made the first video thinking nobody's going to watch this. But I saw how many people watched the video. It's got 50-something views. Actually, it's got over 100 views right now, if I'm correct. And I looked at it and I thought, wow. Quite a few people watched it. So I decided I'm going to go on ahead and continue on with these videos so you guys can watch them and have an idea, just to kind of help you guys out with your tractors and how to identify them and what you're looking for. This here, if you've watched my videos before, this is my 1969 John Deere 112. This is actually a patio. In 1969, it was either earlier in 69 or late in 68, John Deere thought people were getting tired of the green and yellow tractors, so they introduced custom colors. The custom colors was what it was the body of the tractor would be white, as you could see, including the rims, and they would have a different colored seat and a different color hood. I think they might have had different color engine shroud. When I say engine shroud, I mean this piece right here, which if I find out they did, I think that would be really cool, and I'm going to end up painting it red. But in 69, they introduced the custom colors. This is one of them. You can actually read the tag and look at it. Unfortunately, the tag got some paint on it, and I ended up wire wheeling it. This was late at night. And I shouldn't have been out here that late at night. I should have already been in bed. But I was out here painting on this. I was doing some touch-ups on it. And some paint got on that tag. So, being me, I was sitting there cussing at it, and I was trying to figure out what I could do. And I thought about maybe I could grab the wire wheel and wire wheel it off. Well, it did a little bit more damage than I thought it would, and it got my tag. As soon as I saw it start doing that, I stopped. Unfortunately, I didn't stop in time, but I did end up catching it later on. But what I should have done all along was grab a flathead screwdriver, which I did, and I took whatever was left off. You can see there isn't much left there, so that's good. I got most of it off. So the colors that the custom colors had was they had I can't remember the names, but they had the red patio. I think this was called what was it called? I'll put a caption in it when I remember what it was called. They had this one. They had April yellow. April yellow was the yellow hood and the yellow seat. Don't get confused with the normal John Deere seat. The John Deere normal seats are yellow, but they have a different style to them, like how this one is set up. As you can see, they were blank. I don't think this is a patio seat, but it could be, you never know. They did say John Deere on them, kind of like how those are. This seat right here actually is not a patio seat. You can see it is a painted over yellow seat, and the paint has actually been holding up. It's hard to find an actual patio seat nowadays cheap, so I thought I'll just paint this one, and so I painted it, and it's actually been doing pretty good. I've sat on it and a few times and it's held up. So they had the red, I think it was called citrus red, I think. Then they had April yellow. They had the orange one. There was an orange patio with the orange hood. I think that one was called, that wasn't sunset, was it? And then they had spruce blue. What spruce blue was it had the blue hood and it had a blue seat. And then the paint on the tractor, it was dogwood white. That is the paint that the tractor was painted with. This is not dogwood white. I think dogwood white had a little bit of a yellow hue mixed into it, because I've seen tractors that have been repainted like this, and I've seen actual patios that have never been repainted. I've seen them in person and I've seen them on video. And the ones that have not been repainted but painted over by the factory, their paint had a little bit of a yellow tint to it. So I think they mixed a little bit of yellow into it, and that's what made it dogwood white. This is pretty much the exact same when it comes to it as the 68 112 is. This has the manual lift. This one does not have a helper spring. It's got one clutch pedal, clutch and brake. This is a steering wheel cap. In 69, they switched over to the two-legged Deere instead of the four-legged Deere. On the earlier patios, the grill was white. This one's an earlier patio, so therefore it's got a white grill. But the later patios had a black grill. I personally think the white grill looks better than the black grill. It actually shows there's a grill right there, where if you've got a black one, it don't look like there's a grill. Because I've put a black one on here before just to see how it would look, and I just did not like the look of it. So I put a white one on it instead, and I think it looks a lot better with that. So it's kind of like the 68s. The 68s had green grills, so, along with some of the 69s, and then in 69 they went to the black grills. I think this one looks pretty cool. Over here, it's pretty much the same. This is actually a 12-horse Kohler. That is the only difference. In 69, they did not have the 12-horse Kohler. You could get a 10-horse Kohler or the 10-horse Tecumseh. This, when I got it, came with the 10-horse Tecumseh. I took it off. I've never had good luck with Tecumsehs, and that thing was in such bad shape that I just decided I don't want to mess with it. So I got rid of it. This 12-horse Tecumseh Kohler actually came with the 72 that I used to have, the 112 with electric lift. It came with it. It needed rebuilt. It was pulled apart, so I never got into messing with it, but a buddy of mine told me I ought to use this engine, so I used it. He took it to his school, he bored it, and he brought it back to me, bored and everything. They had to replace the valves. I need to adjust the valves on it along with the governor. I have not really messed with it much ever since I got it. The original plan was to get this tractor running, but I think I'm just going to use it as a showpiece, because I've gotten so much into it. I just really don't want to use it. I just kind of want to keep it as a showpiece. It's a nice little tractor. It looks really nice. I'm getting off topic. 69 had this style of PTO still. You can see they had the slide lever right there. That's how you engage and disengage your mower deck. This one is stuck right there. Oh, never mind, it's not. I just had it over there. Key switch was the same. This one has tail lights, and it's also got the hitch plate. The hitch plate is welded on. It is not bolted on, as you can see. They did that in 69, I think they started doing that. So, I don't know why they didn't do it earlier, but later on they did. This one has narrow bar tires, as you can see, like how the 69s should. 68 through 71 are supposed to have the narrow tires, as you can see. There's another set, that's a 1050, that's not narrow, but it looks narrow. That's the tread that would normally come with the round fenders, and also some square fenders. That's more aggressive tread than the regular turf tires, like what the round fender has on it. So that's supposed to be more aggressive. These are actually better than the bar tires in the winter when it comes to plowing snow. I've done it before with bar tires, and I've done it with those. Those just seem to get better traction, and they don't slip as much. So just something to keep in mind. They actually seem to stick to they don't stick to the ice, but they seem to stick to the pavement. They do kind of stick to the ice, but they've just got more area on them, as you can see, and they've got little slits machined into them. So that's something to keep an eye out for. Anyway, so what else does this one have that the 68 doesn't? Under the hood, I do not think there is much different under here than the 68. I think that is about it. I do have a 69 112 I recently got. It's a hydraulic lift. I think I will bring that in here and do that in this video, because there really isn't much different from the patios and the 69s to the 68s, but the hydraulic lift is kind of pretty cool. So I will bring that in here and show you guys that. This still has, I actually found out what size these are. These are 3 1/4 inch hubs, for those of you wondering. And then the ones on the later 100 series and also 200 series, those are the 1-inch spindles. So this is a 3 1/4 spindle shaft, for anybody who is wondering. I did not know that until I got to looking at it, and a fellow YouTuber was talking about, he had a 140 with this style spindle on it, and he said it was 3 1/4. So I thought it's a little bit smaller than I thought it was, but so there you go. You can see here's a little bit of an update on the patio as well. Unfortunately, it has started developing rust in a few places that it's been scratched. I'm not quite sure how it got scratched. I'm guessing it's just probably from sitting there. Of course, it was sitting right by the door. I do have it up in the other building. Right now, it is in the back of the building in a corner, away from everything, so that it doesn't get scratched. I am going to end up doing some painting on it, repainting here soon, touch-ups. I haven't really wanted to mess with it just yet. I've had so many other things come in that I've been working on. This has kind of been put on the back burner. So once I end up getting some ambition to sit down and mess with this again, I will. Oh, in 69, as you can see, there is no hole right there for a hose that goes down to the transmission, where you fill your transmission up. They did not have that in 69. This is actually correct. But the 69, you guys are going to see, the other one that I have actually has the thing right here for that in the transmission. The reason is I put a transmission in it from a 68 so that I could have that fill tube, but that transmission is no good. That and the back plate on it needs to be replaced. So that's going to be next for that tractor. So let me go grab that one and we will get into it. So I decided to put both of them side by side. This one over here is a 1969 112 as well. This one is not patio. That one over there, actually I don't know if this is a patio or not. I haven't ran the tag. This one over here is my 1969 patio. I have it arranged from oldest to newest. This one over here is newer. That one's actually older, according to the tags. This one over here has the Tecumseh engine in it still. The junk UMSA, as I like to call it. Right there. It does run, and it runs really good. This is the other fender pan I was talking about. This one has the spot cut out in it for the dipstick tube that comes up from the transmission. The transmission inside of these tractors, these are gear drives, not hydrostatics. The John Deere 140s had a Sun strand hydrostatic transmission in them. These have a Peerless. I'm not sure what the numbers are for it, but they have a Peerless transmission in them. The Peerless is the name of the company that makes these transmissions, for those of you wondering. This one's got a Peerless transmission in it along with that one. I'd have to look the numbers up to find out what the actual numbers are for the transmission, but it is a Peerless. The 140s have a Sun strand. I do not own a 140, unfortunately, so I can't really show one off. Actually, wait a minute. I do have a 140. It's not mine, but I do have a 140. It is currently sitting out in my front yard. It's my buddy's. It's for sale. I recently got it running, so it came here running bad, and it's going to leave here running good. This is underneath the hood on this 112. As you can see, the hydraulic pump unfortunately has been robbed. This right here is your lever to lift and lower your attachment, whatever you've got on it you're using, whether it's a mower deck or rear linkage like a plow or a snow blower, a snow plow up in the front. It has a, this one actually has a Kohler K181 carburetor on it. Yes, that is right, a Kohler carburetor on it. Believe it or not, for those of you who saw it and are thinking that's a Kohler carburetor, you would be correct. So, you learn something every day. Here's the headlight switch. This tractor does not have headlights hooked up to it currently. There's your gas tank, as you can see. It's basically the exact same, except for it's got a Tecumseh and the hydraulics on top. These right here are your hoses. This is your return hose, and this is the one that goes to the cylinder. And then depending on if you're lifting or lowering, this one will come back, this one will go down to the cylinder, and this one will go up to the pump. It depends on if you're lifting or lowering. And then underneath, down here, I can't see it. Let me get under there real quick. This down here is your hydraulic cylinder, as you can see. Right there, those two mounts on the frame is where the hydraulic cylinder bolts up to. I was wondering what those were there for, actually, until I acquired this tractor. But right there is your cylinder, you can see. And then this is your cylinder. And then this back up here is your plunger. This right here is your plunger. This right here is your cylinder. And then it goes to the mower deck lift and lower assembly. Then there's front linkage you could get. I do not have front linkage on this tractor currently, but I do have front linkage on my 212. It's the exact same for this tractor as it is for that 212. I just got to get another front piece to put up here. And then that thing can hang down right here. So then I can use the front linkage on this tractor. So that's what I'm going to do. Once I get that pump going, though, I will put a snowplow on it or something. And then these are your mower deck lifts and lowers. I think currently it is down all the way. I think. I would have to verify that. One thing you could do if you're wanting to lift or raise a hydraulic cylinder that has no pump is you can hook your air compressor up, put your air compressor in one of the hoses depending on which one it is, and I think if I'm correct, it will move the cylinder to lift it or lower it. Correct me if I'm wrong on that one, but I have seen it done before, so I think it will work. Again, and I've seen the K181 carburetor put onto a Tecumseh, and I've seen it work. So, and I've attempted it. So, there's a little technique for you if you need to raise a hydraulic cylinder and it is not, you have no pump. Just hook your air compressor up to it, raise it, hook your air compressor up, lower it. Let's see, 69, is there anything else that I need to show you? Oh, 69, the engines, if it's a Tecumseh, it's got a solid state. If it's got a Kohler, it will have points and condenser. This engine's got solid state. It is located underneath the shroud. If the cover wasn't such a pain in the ass to get off, I would take it off there and I would show you guys the solid state, but unfortunately it is so much of a pain in the ass that I'm not going to. That, and I know you guys have seen the solid state on this tractor if you've watched my other videos on getting it running. So there you go. What else is there? Oh, the hood will say hydraulic lift. As you can see, if you've got a hydraulic lift, you'll also be able to tell by this lever. And it doesn't have the cutout right here for the manual lift like the patio does. So that's how you can tell what you've got. This is my 1968 112. It's turned into a workbench for my 69 112 and also the 140 that was in here recently being worked on. Oh, you can see on this hood it doesn't say hydraulic lift. This is a manual lift 112, so it doesn't say anything on the hood. My 73 112 has electric lift, and so on the hood it says electric lift. So that's how you know what type of lift you've got. Or you can just look at the tractor and find out, because sometimes people swap hoods. If it's a good hood, they'll keep it. If it's not a good hood, they'll get rid of it. So that's something else to keep in mind. Here is a demonstration. This right here, you can see the hitch is welded onto the back plate of this tractor. But as you can see on this 69 112, this is actually for the 68. This is a 68 back plate. You can see that there is no hitch welded onto it or bolted onto it in that matter. That right there is the hitch. The previous owner installed that on there, who owned the tractor that this transmission came off of, and also the fender pan. So for anybody wondering, that's where that came from, or that's the hitch. And I think that is about it for the 69 112s when it comes to the patio and also the hydraulic lift. So thank you guys for watching. Like, comment, subscribe. I will see you all in the next video. Some tractors had reflectors back here. That's what I'm going to end up putting on this tractor, is the reflectors right there and right there, and also up in the front. This does not have a grill or a headlight bezel, but I'm going to get a blank headlight bezel to put right here, and also a grill here one of these days. I'm not going to put headlights on this tractor because I kind of want to have one that doesn't have headlights, so that's why. Because I've got all mine with headlights, but this one doesn't have headlights, or I don't have any without, so that's what I think this one's going to be. And then also, this one has a horn. Unfortunately, the horn does not work. I have tested it, for those of you wondering if it works or not. No, it does not work. If it does, if I do end up getting it working somehow though, I will end up putting it on either my 216 or my 73. or set it up so I can put it on one or the other. Oh, here's a Tecumseh engine sitting right here that's pulled apart. Right here, oh, that's bolted on. Right there is where your solid state would mount. There's a thing right there and a thing right there. So I think that is about it to show. 97% of you guys who watch my videos are not subscribed to the channel. So please consider hitting that subscribe button. It tells YouTube that I do a good job at making my videos, that and more people should watch. It also helps other people who are looking for videos on 112s or 110s or the 200 series, trying to find how to fix them, or the LT133 I have had. For those of you who are wondering why I sound so drained, is I woke up this morning with a headache, and I've had a headache all day, and this is just something I kind of thought about maybe I ought to make a video on. So I apologize for having such a bad mood right now, but you gotta do what you gotta do. That, and if I don't do this now, I'll forget about it, and then I probably won't make a video on it. So make sure you guys check and see if you are subscribed or not. It helps me out a lot, and it helps other people see my videos. I think that is about it for stuff I need to show on the 69 model year of the tractors. The 68 video did pretty much cover everything when it comes to the 68s through the 71 model year, but I thought I have a couple of 69s. I recently acquired one, and the other one I've had, so okay. Thanks for watching. Like, comment, subscribe. I will see you guys in the next video. Take care.